How are you doing? I hope that everyone is doing fine, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as I've promised you, the last video that I'm going to cover for you, the second and the third day for the assessment day of Qatar Airways. So the first day is gonna be full of activities, and the second day is gonna be your final interview. As you can see from the traditional clothes that I'm wearing, is a special day that is called Eid. This Eid comes after the holy month of Ramadan. I'm sure that everyone around the world knows Ramadan, where everyone is fasting. So today we just celebrate between families, friends, and our sibling. Yes, that's the day. So if you want to know exactly what is going to happen and what is expected during the day of the interview, please watch till the end of the video. Congratulations if you've made it till this stage. That means that you received your invitation card the first day. Once you've submitted your CV and when you received one or two questions from the recruiter, yes, you are now in your big day. You will be only having the interview with the shortlisted candidates. So only the few that were selected who are going to attend this interview. So now, the recruiters, they're going to start by displaying a presentation about Qatar Airways and Qatar as a country, because they want to prepare you, or they want to give you a scoop about what is going to... So now, they will start by displaying a short video about Qatar Airways and Qatar as a country, because they want you to see exactly what kind of lifestyle you'll be living in. What is the country, what is its tradition, what is its culture. So all of these things, especially people that are coming from a non-Arabic country, it's kind of a different culture, it's kind of a different tradition, and they want to see whether you're going to be adapting to a new lifestyle, to a new environment. So at this stage, they will be watching each and every person. So they will be looking at each person, whether they're taking notes, whether they're paying attention to the video, their gestures, their body language. So please be careful. Why I'm telling you this? Because right after the presentation, you will be receiving the English test. And here where the first elimination is happening. People, when they don't make it at this stage and they get eliminated, they think that they haven't done well in the English test, which is wrong. It can be the English test, but as I told you before, Qatar Airways is focusing much about the non-verbal communication. They want to see if you are meeting the requirements of a good cabin crew. They're not going to select randomly. They have to pay attention to every single detail because they want you to be an outstanding person. Well, after you receive your English test, I have to tell you something very important. Please listen carefully when the recruiter is explaining about the exam. If the recruiter tells you that you need to put a mark here, put a mark. If they tell you to circle, you circle. If they tell you to underline, you underline. Please be careful, because if you don't pay attention and you make a mistake, even if your answer is correct, they will not consider it as correct. So please pay attention to what are they going to say to you. Okay, so the English test is very easy, is a simple one. It takes 30 minutes for just a normal person with basic English. You will have grammar, you have multiple choices, you will have 3 parts. Please also divide time equally, manage your time. You have to give, for example, 10 minutes to each part, or divide it the way you want, according to what you find easier than the other part, as long as you answer all parts. Please also be careful about the third part. Many people, they forget about the third part. Okay, make sure always before you leave that you read again. Always leave some time to read your answers, because sometimes when we are stressed, we tend to do things fast and we forget or we skip questions. Okay, always try to read your answers before submitting your paper. Don't be in a rush. That's totally fine. Even if you finish early, even if there are certain candidates leaving the room early, you don't need to stress. All you have to do is to give your paper fully answered. Okay? So the recruiters at this point, they will be collecting all your papers and then they will be asking you to leave the room. Once they finish the correction, they will call everybody to the room, or they will be calling only people that they have made it to the next stage. The elimination at this stage will be massive. So half part of the candidates will be removed and only half will be left. What's coming next is the arm reach test, along with the tattoos, scars, birthmarks check, or what we call grooming check. And then you have to pick one question and you have to answer that question. Not all candidates will receive the same question. Each candidate will have a different question. So let's talk now about the arm reach test, about the scars, tattoos, birthmarks check. I think this is the concern of everyone around the world. Everyone keeps hearing from different group of Facebook, a group of Instagram, or I don't know. Those are untrusted sources where you'll be having the answer, because no one in this world can tell you if you have this kind of scar, you won't pass, or if you have this certain birthmark, you won't pass. Nobody around the world can tell you. I'm an ex-recruiter and I know what I'm saying. If they really like you, they like your personality, your behavior, you've convinced them that you are the right fit for the position, even though with a little scar, even though with a little birthmark, they will take you. Remember this. It's not about a birthmark. It's about time for you to get selected or not. And it's not because you have a birthmark that you have to give up. No, you have to keep fighting. You have to keep applying. You have to keep doing your interviews. Go for it. Don't let anyone stop you. Okay? You don't know when your turn comes, when your chance comes. Just please, guys, don't listen to rumors. Don't listen to anybody who tells you, oh, no, with this birthmark, you can't make it. Okay? They are untrusted sources. So I'm sure now you're worried about the scars and tattoos and birthmark check and arm reach. Arm reach is very simple. They will put a sticker or they will draw on the wall 212 centimeters, and for ladies they will tell you to step on your tiptoes and try to reach the 212 centimeters, and for male candidates they will just simply tell you to touch that 212 centimeters while you are standing flat on the floor. Okay, so we'll leave this apart. It's very simple. Now for the scars, tattoos and stuff like this, they will be requiring that in the visible areas while wearing uniform, you're not supposed to have those. Sometimes you can have the small ones. I'm just going to show you right here if it's gonna be visible. I do have scars and I was selected with those. It's about you. It's about how are you selling yourself? How are you presenting yourself? What qualities you've shown them? If you are what they are searching for, then even with these little scars, they can take you. Remember that it's not the recruiter's decision. Still, they have to go back to Doha, and it's up to the higher management. They will take the decision. And then they will get back to you. If in case they really, really like you and you do have this little scar, they will tell you to take a picture of it. Then you have to send it to them and they will see along with the answers that you provided them. Okay, so now what are the visible areas while wearing uniform? So I'm going to show you just from this part till here. So all this part, either for male or female, and the neck area, then your face, and for ladies from the knee till down. Okay, all these parts, you're not supposed to have scars, tattoos, or birthmarks. You will see a cabin crew with birthmarks here, or with moles, or with little scars. See, if it's in your face, that's totally okay, because if it's covered by concealer or foundation, you're good to go. Why? Because in every flight you will be wearing makeup, so there is no issue. But let's say, for example, you have a big scar here and then you have to use foundation. Don't forget that you're going to clean your hands, you're going to use your hands on board, and this foundation will get off. So the area will be visible, and you're not going to apply every time. Let's say 14 hours you will be applying the makeup to cover the area. So we just have to get certain common sense. And as I'm going to tell you, I've been working for years, more than 13 years flying, and I had these scars from the beginning, and I was selected in all the companies without any issue. So normally the arm reach test and the scars check, it will be done in a different room than where you had your English test. This room will be with much lighting. Why? Because they want to see everything that is hidden or something that you've tried to cover with your concealer. I do recommend you, if you have a big scar, please do mention. Don't be afraid of anything. I'm telling you that I have many scars on my knees. I had scars here. So please do declare. It's better to declare now than go into Doha and you'll go through the thorough medical check, and then they will discover that you've hidden a certain scar or tattoo. It's not gonna be good, because they will simply terminate your contract and send you back. One more thing I want to remind you of is that you have to know your CV really well, because they will be asking you from your CV. If you have put any experiences that you haven't done, just be prepared of the questions. They will be asking you about the responsibilities in that particular role. They will be asking you to tell them about situations happened. So please prepare yourself well before going for the interview. So at this stage, of course, another elimination will be happening. So now only few candidates will be left to the next stage. Let me tell you that recently Qatar Airways had removed the group activity. But if in case you get the group activity and you would like that I'll discuss this with you later on in a different video, please don't forget to leave the comment below so that I cover one video only for the preparation of the group activity, because many people, they just get eliminated at this stage. But Qatar Airways nowadays, I've been collecting the information from my candidates who have been selected with QR that they had no group activity in their assessment day. So yeah, next stage now is the final interview. So once you're done with this, they will be distributing for you certain applications that you need to fill up. Please don't write false information, because later on they will discover everything. So better to be honest at this time and write everything. But one thing that I want to tell you, when it comes to declaring certain diseases or certain chronic diseases, please think before you write anything. Let's say you do have anemia. Anemia can be healed. You just have to go through treatment and you will be fine. It depends about the level as well. So remember that once you get selected, it will take you some time before you join. So you can't treat yourself before. If you write for them that you have anemia, then be sure that they will be asking for many medical reports. They will be after you all the time, and you might even be discarded from the position. So just think twice before writing anything. Guys, if you want me to make also a video about the expected medical checks that you will be having, please leave your comments below. Now, you have reached to the last stage, which is the final interview, and which is the third day of the assessment. Ta-da! You're on your third day, on your last day, and this is time for reality. You will be only you and the recruiter. So you will be asked many questions, around 10 to 12 questions each candidate. The recruiter basically will be writing every single thing you are saying. So please, as I keep saying, think before you say any word, because it's gonna be noted down. As I told you earlier, that it's not only their decision, but this is the decision of the higher management as well. Okay, so please think twice. Now, what are the questions that you're gonna expect at this time? All the questions, or most of the questions, will be from your CV, like education background, your highest achievements, your experiences, your qualities, your hobbies, plus behavioral questions or situational questions. Okay, I'm going to tell you what kind of questions you might expect in the final interview. So questions that you might expect in the final interview could be, tell us about yourself. Why do you want to become a cabin crew? Why should we hire you? What are the responsibilities and what is the role of a cabin crew on board? Then they will be asking you, what is your last experience? Now we will go through the situational questions, like tell us a time you had a conflict with a coworker and how did you deal with it? Tell us about a time when you had a disagreement with your colleague or a disagreement with your supervisor and how did you deal with it? Are you more into a teamwork or individual work? Do you prefer taking decisions or you are a follower? Do you prefer to work alone or in a team? What else? You will be asked as well if what do you know about Qatar? Why Qatar Airways? Now let me list for you some questions that I've gathered from candidates that they are now on their training or they are now flying with Qatar Airways. So please note, how would you deal with a difficult customer? When have you gone beyond and above the expectations? How would you resolve a conflict? What was the biggest problem you faced with a colleague? How did you manage customer unsatisfaction? How did you manage an angry customer? What is an excellent customer service for you? Tell me a situation where you were supposed to pay attention to details. Tell me a time you had to deliver disappointing news. Tell me a time you empathized with a customer. Tell me about a time you had to explain something complex. What was the toughest challenge you faced? Tell us something that is not in your CV. Tell us about a difficult situation or a problem at work and how did you solve it? Share with us 3 qualities that will make us choose you, or describe yourself in 3 words. What's customer service for you? Tell us an exception you've made in the past while delivering customer service and why you did it. Then, what's the difference between living in your country and in Qatar? Well guys, we have come to the end of the video. I hope that I was as informative as you were expected. If you do have any question or if you have any doubt about something, please do mention it in the comments. I'm very happy to answer each and every one, or if you do have questions that are taking much time or a lot of information, I'll try to make a video for you in order to have the proper answer. I want to give you an advice, guys. Please stop listening to anyone who is not coming from a trusted source. If you're following any Facebook page, please make sure that you are getting the correct information. I want you to remember something, that people in the Facebook group or in the Instagram, they were not ex-recruiters. They were just probably ex-cabin crew or active cabin crew. They're not in the position to tell you what is correct, what is not correct. They can simply share the experience with you guys. Please don't be blinded and listen to what are they going to say. Listen to yourself only. Believe in yourself. Know your qualities. Know how to sell yourself. And don't let rumors destroy your path. Don't let rumors stop you from reaching your goal. Only you can do, nobody else. I hope that I was clear enough. Only you can make the decision whether to go or not to go, whether to pass the interview or not to pass the interview. You have all what it takes to be a cabin crew if you use your brain, if you do prepare well. So don't let anyone chase you. Not anyone is there to push you. Remember that there are certain people that like to give false information because they don't want other people to achieve certain goals. Just listen to yourself and to people that really love you. I do wish that you pass the interview with a lot of motivation and believe in yourself. You will make it. If you want me to give you tips or tricks on how to answer these questions that I've listed today, please also mention in the comments. I will provide you with example of the answers. Also, something that I want to highlight, that we can't cover all the possible questions that you can have in the interview, but we can prepare you and we can tell you exactly how to deal with the question, how to answer the question. Sometimes questions are similar, they just change the way how it is asked, but the answer is similar. Please listen carefully to the question because the answer is in the question. Always try to be smart and you will give the right answer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you're the best. And inshallah, we'll get to discuss more about other airlines and about other standards in the next coming videos. Until then, I love you. Stay healthy. See you.